like on the landing ground.
Thank you for joining us. You are listening to A Radio, and this is The Morning Moment. Please click on the follow button on Spreaker.com. Hate crime, hate speech, nothing more than a new left-wing way of censoring. That's not my words, that's the words of Rush Limbaugh, April 12, 2018. And he's absolutely right. He's absolutely right. In Canada, we have Section 2 of the Canadian Charter of Rights and Freedoms. Yet, 57 Genders Trudeau, and many others, believe that they have the right, they have the ability, and they have the authority to bypass our charter, and no one says a thing. No one says a thing. And because gun rights are not in our charter, off they go again after guns. This is what the left-wing part of our democracy, small d, does. They don't like our freedom. They don't like our democracy. They want to control us, and they're going to control us. And I'm going to say this, and this won't be popular. Any party that refuses in any way to remove these obscene laws that have been passed by this undemocratic government run by 57 Genders Trudeau, any government, any party that is not prepared to stand up and say, we will repeal these bills if you vote us into power, doesn't deserve to get into power. Andrew Scheer, listen to this, because this is the people. This is the people's voice. We are the people. We don't want left-wing hate laws in Canada. We don't want the Charter interfered with. If we did, we would have voted for it. But we didn't vote for it, did we? It was enforced on us by a religious minority who had been sucked up to by a liberal-biased left-wing media and a liberal-biased left-wing government. Canada is governed by its charter. Its charter says what can and cannot be done. The charter is the basis of all our laws in Canada today, and the British North America Act prior to that, and British common law. These people who come to this country and want to change the way we live, why do we allow it? Why do we even consider it? They came to this country because they were being, quote, persecuted. They couldn't practice their religion, supposedly, in the country they came from. They feared for their lives, supposedly. Yet now they are imposing on us the very laws they said they were running away from. Think about that for a minute. Any party, any group of individuals who support these illegal laws, these unconstitutional laws, does not deserve to be elected to the Parliament of Canada. And I say this quite plainly and openly. If Trudeau and 57 Genders Trudeau government continues in this manner, there will be a political uprising, the likes of which this country has never ever seen. It will be peaceful, it will be quiet, it will be ruthless, and it will be decisive. The powers that be will be struck from power, and there will be repercussions. This will not be business as usual. We will take our country back, and there will be consequences. Remember the Vichy French. Remember what happened to them, because this is the time to act. 2019 will probably be the last time that Canadian citizens will be able to remove those people who are destroying the country, because after that time it will be too late. And I warn everybody ahead of time, there will be some unpalatable situations that come up in this country, and they will involve one thing: forced repatriation. That will happen because Canadians have had enough of this political garbage. If people want to live the way that they think we should live now, they are free to leave. But Canadians don't want to live like this, and Canadians won't live like this. And 57 Genders Trudeau and Wynne and all the other left-wing nutballs, they can go with them. But the majority of Canadians, Mr. 57 Genders Trudeau, want none of it. None of it. And your laws and your police will not stop free speech in Canada or any other country. Canadians have the right under the Charter to have free speech. Not a selected version decided by the Supreme Court of Canada. Section 2 of the Charter. Free speech. Any laws that follow below the Charter are unconstitutional and therefore illegal. Remember that when you next come to vote, and ask your MP what is he going to do about these hate speech laws. What is he going to do about protecting the Charter? And if he fumbles it, tell him you're not going to vote for him. Any of them. And if your MP's a Liberal, ask him that question. Is he going to stand up? Are they going to stand up? Is she going to stand up? Is it going to stand up for the Canadian Charter of Rights and Freedoms? Not the laws they put in subsequently to try and dilute the Charter itself, which is clear and unambiguous. You don't need to be a lawyer to read it. It's very simple. Lawyers always twist things, but it's time for the Canadian public to speak up and say, no to hate speech. No to hate speech laws. Let me put it that way. Hate speech is in the eye of the beholder. And if they don't like the hate speech that they supposedly are concerned about, walk away. Walk away. You have no right to tell any Canadian how they speak, what they speak on, and where they speak of it. No, Mr. 57 Genders Trudeau. The Canadian public have had enough of you and your left-wing government. 2019 is coming faster than you think, and we will come back. We will fight. We will stop you in your tracks and send you back to whence you came. And if you want to leave the country with your tail between your legs, good. And never ever again will the Liberal Party ever get into power in Canada. There will be a law passed to stop them forming a party, because they are not Canadian. They are evil, evil people. You can find more at aradio.wordpress.com, where you can find links to us on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, iTunes, iHeartRadio, Gab and email. We are continuing to reach out to you, so please pass on the links. Please click on the follow button on Spreaker.com. You can listen to all my morning moments at Spreaker.com under A Radio, that's EHRADIO, A Radio. And please click on the like button. And you can find all my podcasts and morning moments at aradio.wordpress.com and click on the Morning Moments tab.